Okay, hello there ladies and gentlemen, Alexander Hilly123 here, and it's time for yet more Resident Evil 4 Professional Difficulty Let's Play / Walkthrough, and this is Chapter 3/4, it's the one where we play as Ashley, unfortunately. But the good news is, it is possibly the shortest chapter in the game. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say it is. Well, it's one of the shortest anyway, thank God. I mean, it deviates the gameplay up. It's nice on your first playthrough to do something a little bit different, but after my first playthrough, every time you get to this part, I'm like, oh, it's this part. Pretty much. And there's not really much to say. Obviously, Ashley's down there. She gets chased away by the enemies. Well, she uses a key and gets out of this room, but then she has to meet back up with Leon. She does. So this part coming up, you've got to protect her, whilst a lot of the dudes
talk about near-death experience.
Try and carry her away.
Ashley, get out of there!
And I think I start by using the sniper rifle and then move on to tons of TMP ammo usage. But I also think I get irritatingly shot by a few of the archers because the game expects you to shoot the archers and shoot the enemies that are going for Ashley, and although it's not incredibly fast paced, it's still quite tricky to do nevertheless.
The door's locked. I can't open it.
They're the archers and they're not fucking about. It's the guy in the red who's got the key Ashley needs to get out, but even if you kill him before the others, it doesn't mean Ashley escapes earlier, I think. I don't think it works like that. But we're nearly down to the last of them. And there we have it. Dispatched. So yeah, basically here there's two different Ganados, and the game allows you to throw a lantern at these Ganados, but it's pretty awkward because you're never quite sure if it's going to hit them or not. You can be as good as guaranteed it'll hit them if you're right next to them, but the fire might even hit you. That's the problem. And I think that does happen once, but you don't actually need to use this crank. As we will see here, you can crawl under there instead. So he can't get us now. I mean, I take a bit of damage, but I'm happy with that because at the end of the day, it allows me the time to rotate the one that goes vertically. Just about juke him. Get under here where he can't get me. Wait till he's very close. And then throw that one at him. And do the horizontal one. And you don't need to open that one fully as long as there's enough space to run past it. And we're done. And coming up, I mean, this part here, it's pretty spooky, and on my first time playing the game, this is probably one of the most intense parts, really. Obviously, there's no weapons, you feel very vulnerable. But the knights that come alive, the clanking of the armour as they run after you, like I say, it is pretty damn intimidating. Even now, it always worries me a little bit. Really good, though. Nice use of the flashlight here as well. And also there's a puzzle which, if you don't know how to do it, can take at least 15-20 minutes, honestly. But if you know what you're doing, what numbers to press, then it's easy. It's part of that stone tablet though. And when I say numbers, basically there are, I think, 9 squares. And as long as you press them in order, you end the puzzle straight away. But if you make a wrong move, it's horrible. But I'll tell you guys about that in a minute when we get there. Kick down the door. Yeah, but here we go. Let's see what it is, the order. 4, 7, 9, 3, 1, 7, 9. And then the piece you've got is in slot number 9. There's quite a bit of treasure in here though. But the knights have been activated. And you've got a quick time event when you leave here. Basically, you've got to press either X or A together, or LT and RT. I just tend to press all 4 at once and it lets you off, thankfully. Because these come up pretty quickly. I have been wrecked here before. It's an insta-kill. There's the final one. And now we can already make our way back to Leon. And thankfully this chapter is over. And the next chapter, 4/1, well, it's the longest so far. It took me just over 40 minutes, and like I said, the gameplay was not great at all. There's some really good moments, but unfortunately I didn't do it justice. But don't you worry about it. I'm sure you guys won't be surprised to hear that I'll be telling you when I was raging. There's a part coming up as well with loads of Navistadors, and when I say loads, you've never seen this game before, you might think, 7 or 8, I bet he's exaggerating. No, I mean shit ton. There must be altogether, well, they just seemingly keep respawning, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's over 50 of them. It's completely retarded. And I use a flash grenade to try and get away from them, and it just doesn't work. But anyway, see you in the next part.
Leon!
Ashley! You did good.
I'm sorry if I was...
Oh, don't worry about it. Come on, let's move on.